video I'll be talking about the various openings of the diaphragm. So the diaphragm has three openings. One is at the level of T8, which is the vena cava opening. So we can see over here, this is the inferior vena cava, and we know the inferior vena cava arises from the right side of the heart, and the nerve runs along the right border of the heart, and that is the phrenic nerve. So this over here is the phrenic nerve, and the phrenic nerve provides motor supply to the diaphragm. So since it runs along the inferior vena cava along the right border of the heart, it is logical that it should be exiting through the vena cava opening. So we can see it exiting through the vena cava opening and supplying the undersurface of the diaphragm. So these over here are the phrenic nerves. They are exiting through the vena cava opening, and it is supplying the diaphragm. Now the second opening is the esophageal opening. So the esophageal opening is located at T10 level. So this over here is the esophagus, and it is located at the esophageal opening. Now suppose if a blood vessel is to supply the esophagus, then it is logical then that it must be passing very close to the esophagus, and in order to pass very close to the esophagus, it must be passing through the same aperture through which the esophagus passes, that is the esophageal opening. And the vessel supplying the esophagus, one of the vessels supplying the esophagus, is the esophageal branch of left gastric artery. So this here is the aorta, and the aorta gives the celiac trunk. So this over here is the celiac trunk, and here arising is the left gastric artery. Now from the left gastric artery is given off an esophageal branch, which is not shown in this model. The esophageal branch ascends, enters the esophageal opening, and ascends upward to supply the esophagus. Now the last opening is the aortic opening, and it is present at the T12 level. So this over here is the aortic opening, and we can say that all the vascular structures are passed through this aortic opening. That is, the aorta passes through this aortic opening, the thoracic duct. So I'll show you the thoracic duct. So if you zoom in, you can see a greenish structure. So this over here is the thoracic duct. So the thoracic duct also passes through this aortic opening, and the thoracic duct actually is the continuation of cisterna chyli. So if I rotate the model, you will be able to see the cisterna chyli, and cisterna chyli is actually a continuation of the thoracic duct, and the thoracic duct passes through this aortic opening, and one more structure passes through this aortic opening, and that is the azygous vein. Now let me show you the azygous vein. So this over here is the azygous vein. The azygous vein ascends through this aortic opening, and it drains into the superior vena cava. So the azygous vein is also a content.